Hello, everybody. How you doing today? Hello. We all got over the holidays. We've survived, and it's Aloha 2024. So, what have we been deciding on our New Year's resolution? Remember, we talked about don't do a resolution of certain things, be the resolution. So, hopefully, everybody's looking around and seeing what they're going to do this 2024 to make it better. And we also want to make our Garden of Eden, our beautiful paradise on earth. It's be interesting to see if anybody's starting to do that yet. Okay, now I had my midnight meditation and cards flew out, and we got the 14, the King of Air, which goes down to a 5. A time for ethical behavior, no room for compromise. Seek the advice of an expert. The King of Air is a just and fair leader with a stern and commanding presence. He can impose and somewhat intimidate due to his formal manner, but his stern, tempered by a compassion born of his spiritual beliefs. He is an educated man with vast knowledge. He is also a wise man who has learned from every life experience. When he speaks, everybody listens. He is also a disciplined man who can at times be uncompromising and rigid. As he has a very fixed belief system, he cannot be corrupted or easily swayed. He believes rules are made to follow and should not be broken. The law of the land were made to keep people safe, and he believes those who break the law should understand the consequences of their actions. Yes, he can choose to show compassion and pass his judgment. However, he will not compound the wrong by failing to bring a wrongdoer to account. His judgment is fair but final and is delivered in accordance to the law and without emotional impediment. When the King of Air appears in the reading, it may represent a need to seek counsel or financial advice. Is there a point of law or a money matter that you need to have clarified by someone who is not emotionally invested in achieving a particular outcome? If not a matter of law or a financial matter, it may be something to do with rules and regulations that have you concerned, some sort of infringement on your personal rights. Seek out someone with expert in areas of concern. You need to know where you stand. Yeah, I think we're all going through that. We're so sick of these idiots in power telling us what to do. And I think that card is telling us that we're sick of it. I mean, we really are. I know I am. I know people that I've talked about are. And we also got the eight, the complimentary card on that was the Eight of Swords restriction. So that's telling me that that's what that basically is. Get practical and see that you are in control of your own future, regardless of what others think. You can be free. You can free yourself by being less tolerant of the demands of others. That's exactly what I just said. That is a card. It is telling you that there's laws and things in place, but sometimes there's laws for thee and not for me, which are a lot of our people up in the politicians and yada yada, all the major people that are playing around in the field of our energy. Sometimes they don't have to live by their own rules and it restricts us. So I'm thinking we're really sick of it. I know there's a lot of people just so fed up with that crowd. We don't even want to deal with them anymore. I mean, we look at them like they have no common sense anymore. They just march to some nuts orders and tell us what to do. And we're all getting sick of it. The other card we got was the Nine of Fire. And the Nine of Fire, it's a beautiful card. Move through life with confidence, a time of frustration and attainment. Knowledge and experience bring ease. Do not seek praise or affirmation. Give your best every time. Once you have finished, move on. Simplify your life. Remove obstructions and restrictions. And we just got the restriction card. And it's telling us that basically that's we're all going to move out of this restriction phase because we have had enough. Enough is enough. And that's what this card is symboling. I mean, if you see him, he is a fire sign. His hair is red, it's got fire everywhere. The rose is right at his heart chakra, and his root chakra is glowing, and he's got the tree out. So he is fire coming out of earth, and he is love and compassion. So he is a symbol of attainment and the ease that comes with knowing what to do with the knowledge and practical skills earned through study, hard work, and dedication. It symbolizes fruition and putting knowledge and learning into practice. It is about having found uh, use and executed with ease, and as a result, you create or fulfill your role with the same ease. This is an affirmation card that symbolizes moving through life with confidence. The person it illustrates does what they do well and without seeking glory or validation. They do not seek praise or affirmation. They perform the task before them and do it well because you know and understand their craft. They do it to the best of their ability because they have pride in what they do. And when a task is complete, they do not weigh it down with expectations. They detach and move on to the next task before it, too, deserves all of their care and attention. This card also reminds us that ease is not necessarily about life being easy, but about discovering that we can make a choice to not make life complicated. By keeping it simple, you move through your day with ease. Obstacles no longer cause hours of fear and fretting. Instead, you simply work to overcome them. You learn, you grow and experience, and then move on to the next moment. When you are confident and have attained a certain level of knowledge and skill, you begin to move through life with more ease. You learn how to perform tasks in a manner that is less complicated for you. You begin to recognize what works for you and what does not. You attain a certain level of grounded and particular awareness that enables you to bring projects to fruition with the same amount of care but effortlessly. Yeah, he is basically telling us, we got that card the other day, do what you love and love what you do. And when you're doing something, you have to love what you do. And if you don't do what you love and love what you do, then you will not be grounded in the earth, and your conscious, your heart space will ache for that whatever you want to do because you're just going through the motions of life when you're not doing that. So that card is a great breakup of the restriction, because if you love what you do and do what you love, then the restrictions, you'll have the knowledge and the leveling up and the wisdom to deal with that kind of crap when it comes in to your field. And that is crap. It's an energy vampire, in my opinion, and you got to be careful with people like that. We also got the trust card, King of Pentacles. And protect what is yours while helping those on their way up the ladder. Enjoy the rewards that success brings. This is a money protection power card, stability, leadership, and commitment. And that is basically what that next one is telling us, that embrace the things you're doing and take care of that project. And when you're done with it, don't worry about it. You did the best you could and move on to the next one. So that is a great thing, because we don't want to keep going over this one little project we did and keep critiquing it to the point where you don't even want to look at it anymore. Just look at it. If it looks good enough for you and you've done the best you could and you cared enough about it, then move on and start a new one, because the new one might be better yet. We can't pick on ourselves when we create something. We got to enjoy ourselves. So the next card we got was the 10 of Water. Truly living in the present, a feeling of divine connection, a time of serenity and ease, power born of knowledge and understanding. The 10 of Water symbolizes both a beginning and an ending. It is that moment when we let go of emotions that bind us to the past and find ourselves truly living in the present for the first time. It is a feeling of divine connection with all and everything, feeling and knowing that love dwells at the very core of our being and always has. It symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a serene sense of ease and fluidity, even when surrounded by turmoil or conflict. When the weight of the past emotions is released and everything flows in the manner it is meant to, our emotional state now influences our life in a positive way that makes it easy to see and understand how powerful we truly are. When we devise ourselves of emotional hooks to the past to only serve to limit a restrict us, that is so wild that we are getting all these restriction cards. This one, the trust card talks about restricting. The Nine of Fire talks about restricting, and this talks about restricting. So every card, and including this one, the water, we've had fire, we've had air, we've had water, we've had swords, and we had trust. So every card is restrictions. And I know that a lot of people that I am talking to and I am around are sick of their restrictions. They're sick of these people that are not good people, do not have good energy, do not have our good thoughts and intentions in their mind. They're for the big business and their special interest groups. And we're all tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. I mean, I don't know a person that doesn't feel restricted in their life and is tired of it because that's not universal law. Universal law is God's law, not their law, not man's law. And universal law is thou shalt not kill or steal from your neighbor, period. There you go. There's law. We can just rewrite it and we'll just live that law. That sounds good to me, doesn't it? It symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a serene and sense of ease and fluidity. To know yourself to the extent that you understand what you feel as you do, and then release that you have the choice to react in a different way, is to have control over the energy that you project. Instead of creating a reality that is a reflection of unconscious emotional energy, the Ten of Water lets you know you can now consciously project your feelings and create a future of your choosing. Have you ever noticed how someone can alter the energy of an entire room of people just by walking in and smiling? One smile, a kind gesture, a moment of attention and genuine interest can change a person's whole demeanor in a heartbeat. Some people seem to have an almost tangible connection to everything and everyone, and a single word or glance can bring joy. When the Ten of Water appears in the cards before you, she represents a state of serene grace that is achievable if you desire it. But consciously embracing a positive mindset and focusing on living a joyful life in this moment, on this day, and each day that follow, you can influence everything around you in the same positive manner. It is not about denying those influences that create discord and disharmony. Instead, it is about choosing not to allow them to disrupt your life or steal your happiness. It is about starting each day with a smile, greeting someone you meet with kindness, and focusing your attention on the things that bring you peace and joy. I love that card because she is twirling. She is playing with the energy. If you look at her, she's got source above her, brightly lit, giving her intuition. She's got rainbows lit up on her cheeks. She's got energy coming out of her fingers. She is toiling with the water that is flowing around her, and she is beautiful in her flow, and she's not letting anything harm her flow. She's tuning it out, and that is a beautiful card, and that is a beautiful thought because that gives us the potential. We got the Seven of Pentacles, and don't doubt your abilities or your path you have chosen. Keep going. You're on track to success. She's telling you that she is flowing. And if you get out of the restriction and the restricted mindset that you are restricted and they are doing this to you, and keep doing that to yourself, you will not flow like that. You will not have that flow. You'll just restrict yourself from thinking of their restrictions. So the Seven of Wands also come out, which was interesting because we got the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. That's endurance. And say your words loud and clear, and then be prepared to negotiate. You have the higher moral ground, and with endurance and courage, you will get the results you need. That's defense, resilience, protection, opposition, territory, force, and resistance. See, Every card we got tonight was restriction. It was all about restriction. So there's some things going on right now in this world that are still restricting the people, and they don't understand because this stuff was all supposed to be done a long time ago, and it isn't. And no one understands why all of these, let's say, meatballs are still in offices and in charge and making decisions for us, which is ridiculous. So these cards are really speaking to the new year, the Aloha 2024. Yeah, because we are going to start being resilient on this restrictions that these people are doing to us because it's not a good place and we don't like it. And what's interesting about those cards, and it also mentioned live in the present, not in the past. And a lot of us live in the past too much. We got the number 18, which also is a 9, and we just got another number 9. This is lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. This card, and I've always said this card reminds me of the Robin Williams movie Where Dreams May Come, where her whole family passed away and she couldn't get over it. She could not let she didn't want to live. And she ended up in a place that looked just like this because she was lost. She committed suicide. She was lost, and he had to go from heaven to go down and try to get her. And she was so lost in the past that she didn't realize that all she had to do was find herself and go to heaven. But instead, she wanted to stay in the past. She just wanted to stay in the darkness and the because she was so sad. And that's what this card reminds me of. Like, people can't leave the past for some unknown reason. It's just, there's nothing wrong with remembering the beautiful memories of the past. But if you're remembering all the horrible things, because that's what she was remembering, all she kept remembering is her husband dying and her kids dying. And she had nothing left. That's all she kept remembering. So when he came to her, she couldn't really remember him. She didn't recognize him. And then when he decided that he would stay in hell with her because he couldn't she wouldn't come out of it. And his facial expression changed. She said, "No, no, come back." She recognized him. I'm not going to say the rest of the movie, but that is what that reminds me of. And you can't stay and live in the past. It's not a good place to be if you're remembering all the horrible things because we will always have horrible things happen every day of our life. And there's no sense of just bottling them all up. Lost in the ruins of the past, find the way to the present moment and live. You are a traveler on the path of your soul. You will need all your courage as you are following the light of your heart into an uncertain future. However, you have now drawn this card, and it is a very important sign. You have become lost in the ruins of the past, in ruins that are the remnants of an unpleasant or difficult time. You have looked back too often instead of looking forward at time, trapped in a place in the past that shouldn't have long since ceased to exert power over your life. Even if you could go back, you would find yourself alone and deserted. You would not meet anyone there. So what is it that you seek in these silent ruins that can offer you only loneliness and bitterness? They symbolize all your missed opportunities, but you cannot restore them now. They are what they are. If you linger there, you will begin to see your life as a meaningless and sad, when it is really a wonderful and magical adventure. Feel the light of your heart and hear the sound of your soul. Continue on your path to discover and less possibilities, new adventures, new encounters, and even a new love. If you live in the light portal of the present, your eyes firmly fixed on the future, you will be on the path of your soul. Leave the past behind and find your way back to the present. If it is now important to forgive yourself and continue your journey, your gaze fixed firmly ahead, your helpers for the next 21 days is the power animal is the mouse, the herbal essence is lemon, the healing crystal is black opal, and the number is 9. That was a beautiful message, and that is true because I know my mother has dementia and she lives in the horrible past and nothing beautiful, and she had a beautiful life. Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find the wisdom and unconditional, deep, healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mysteries of the unknown and the new. Its energy field is indestructible without being inflexible. Number 9 always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 equals 18, whose digits add up to 9. 9 times 9 is 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9, then add the two digits of the resulting number together, and they always add up to 9. It is almost as if it is absorbing every other number through this calculation. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. I love that card. I really do, because that is true. We can't stay lost in the past. Now, we did get the practical magic card, and we got the number 5, and we got lunar strength, lunar magic. Draw an empathy, contemplation, and intuition, trusting the quiet, gentle power within you and connecting with your inner knowing. Everyone is a combination of yin and yang, or feminine and masculine energy. This has nothing to do with gender, but rather the constant ebb and flow of qualities you naturally embody and can also consciously adopt. So-called feminine energy, also referred to as lunar or yin energy, is a powerful force and an immense strength, yet is a gentle too, introspective, inward, and internal. It is full of calm and fluidity. It is linked to intuition, to the subconscious, to dreams, creativity, and the flow of emotion, and it is associated with the magic and enchantment of the moon and its cycles and with the mysteries. When this card comes to you, it indicates that your current situation will benefit from you embodying some of this lunar energy, helping you to cultivate compassion, wisdom, and your inner knowing. Listen to yourself and others and allow yourself to be vulnerable, sensitive, and empathic. It's encouraging you to look deeper, to consider less traditional solutions, and trust your ability to discern the right options for you. Most of all, this card asks you to recognize and honor your own power and remember your strength. It can also suggest you look again. Something may be hiding from you, or perhaps there's an important truth you're refusing to see. It's time to pause and look within so you can discover how you really feel about this situation. Your answer will come from knowing who you are, understanding what is most important to you, and connecting to your inner heart so you are able to express your true emotions without fear of judgment or criticism. Slow down and make time for gentle wandering, for nurturing yourself and any new ideas you have, and for going with the flow while you reflect on your options. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable can be scary, and going off plan can feel counterproductive in a world of structure and rationality. But attuning to the feminine energy of the earth and acknowledging your feminine power, regardless of gender, is a mark of strength that will increase your understanding, spiritual perception, and awareness of your path forward. Consider how you can start to integrate feminine strength into your life, bring more magic to your everyday existence, and honor and develop your intuition. There is immense wisdom in trusting your inner guidance and following your heart. Now is the time to embrace it. I love that card. I think, and the other day we did get a lot of masculine around the feminine. And we talked about that because we do need the compassion and when women or men have too much masculine energy, they don't have as much compassion if they have their feminine and masculine balanced. So that was a good card. I like that card. We've got the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, and we got the Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. The broken arrow let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. Just as the arrow can symbolize defense and protection, the broken arrow card symbolizes peace. In several indigenous traditions, a broken arrow would mean that tribes were no longer fighting one another, but were making alliances. When you see a broken arrow in a meditation, vision, dream, or reading, it is a message that you no longer need to fight because peace has arrived. This is a powerful symbol of harmony, serenity, and community. If you have been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the broken arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shield and protection. You are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the ideas that you can be hurt by this situation or the people involved, because this will only work against you. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you, and taking you lovingly forward. I love that card. We've gotten that card once before. Now, I'm going to do the Messenger Oracle. We got a few nice cards through this. Now, we got Embrace the Feminine. I had to put a star because I didn't want Facebook to take it down. Embrace the feminine. Within ourselves, there's two aspects to our nature, the feminine and the masculine. Here in the present, you need to embrace the feminine aspect of your nature and let it guide your steps. Now is a time to be nurturing, creative, and to connect with nature, home, and heart. Listen to your intuition and emotions. Be perceptive and compassionate. But remember, whilst you allow your feminine self to be dominant, you need to temper your gentleness with a fire that denies all meekness. You got to be careful when you're doing the feminine masculine thing. You can't get too much of one. You got to, if you're going into, if you need more compassion and you need to bring out your feminine side, you need compassion, but don't need over compassion because you still need that masculine side. You still need that strong protection side because you have to collide them together in balance. That was a great card. The other card we got was Know You Belong. I like the cat with the wings. That's pretty cool. You have a place. You have a purpose. You are special. Do not change who you are just so others might accept you. Do not dishonor your truths by allowing someone else to tell you who you must be. Change made just so you fit in the expectations or social criteria of a clique or a group does not honor you. You do not need to change in order to belong. You are a blessed child of Gaia and Great Spirit and belong simply because you are. I always tell us at the end of every video, just be you. If someone's trying to change you to fit their perspective, maybe they need to work on themselves. The only reason a person would try to change you is because they're trying to change the world around them because they don't love themselves. So now the last card we got with love and kindness. I'm thinking we need some more compassion going on, and that is the whole problem why it's trying to tell people to bring their feminine side out, because if there's more masculine there's not the compassion, there's not the gentleness, and there's not the love as much with the masculine. An act of loving kindness has the power to change a life. It can leave a lasting impression, restore faith, and give hope to someone who has none. Understand that this world does not need more people bent on personal success. What it does need are more people who are more willing to be kind rather than right. Okay. Uh, Yeah, everything in this reading is about restriction and about the feminine. And there, I'm thinking there's too much masculine. We've had too much war and too much destruction in our life. And that's been a masculine side. We have to try to balance this. We have to try to pull our masculine and feminine because masculine is a beautiful side to us, just like the feminine is. But if we have too much of either or, it's too much. We're either a crybaby because we have too much women, feminine, or we're an abuser or something because we have too much masculine. Either way, we have to balance this because we can't keep going this way. We're walking like this and we should be flowing like this. The next card we got was the Divine Master card. It was Mary Magdalene's Sacred Vessel. You are the answer. Be guided in your purpose. Everything is about balancing ourselves out for our purpose. We have a divine purpose. Mary Magdalene was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It has been recorded that she had the first vision of the risen Christ when she went to his tomb on Easter morning. And it was thought this vision that he revealed to her his sacred teaching and initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostle to the apostles. And it is therefore through her that a pivotal aspect of the original teacher of Christ has reached the world. Mary was a highly sensitive clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner, wife, divine consort of Jesus. If Jesus was the vehicle for Christ's energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdalene, a powerful feminine force and renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voices of the feminine are not only important but sacred forces that can save the world from ruin. You are the answer you seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it's time to do so. This can be scary and sometimes overwhelming because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see you clearly. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experience is actually what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can calmly help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. That is a beautiful card, and you notice that was the feminine. We have to get back to the feminine. We have to get back to the feminine and the masculine and balance these energies out. It's hard, I get it, because I'm sure that I don't balance them completely correctly all the time, every day, but we have to work on that. The last card we got was the Gateway of Light Activation, the Crystal Skull, Wisdom, Clarity, Divine Healing, High Vibrational Energy. Crystal skulls are said to have been healing tools and wisdom keepers in the ancient civilization of Atlantis and Lemuria. Quartz crystal is known for its capacity to amplify energy and store information. When a crystal is carved into a particular shape, it can bring healing and clarity to what is represented and uncovered memories that could be essential to reveal truth. Therefore, crystal skulls are wonderful healing tools that bring clarity to the mind and healing to the headspace. This card transports us to an energetic space representing the crystal skull consciousness. It delivers high vibrational frequencies into our energy field so that we can experience clear-mindedness. If you have ever felt called to crystal skull or have an interest in them, there's a possibility that you have connected with them in a previous incarnation. They are gateways to clarity and potential. All aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from to have a more focused path. You may have felt indecisive, but know you are downloading direct guidance from the heart of Source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. This is time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull Wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you have been receiving within. In order for the next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information you have received. You know that you need to heal and grow. If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work you have been doing has been successful, trust that this card is the message you have been waiting for. That is a great that this was a great reading today. And I really feel that it is the feminine and masculine and the balance that we have to work on, because that is the whole thing. If you have and the inner child, don't forget the inner child, because that is the purity. That is, it's the masculine and the feminine and the inner child that is right there at the heart space, which is the purity of all there is and all there ever was. So once you connect that balance, you flow. Right now, we're going like this. We're bobbing. We're not in balance. We either have the feminine up here or the masculine up here, and we have to do this. So that was a great message, guys. And the restrictions, I think we're all starting to look at their restrictions, and their restrictions are for their special interest groups. And because they were a corporation, the United States Incorporation, yeah, I know they went bankrupt in 2021, and yeah, this is all it's a big theater performance is what we're seeing. So we need to work on ourselves and stop worrying about their theater performance. But we need to also take into consideration that we have some restrictions on us that we need to work on lifting. So with that being said, I love everybody, and make every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.